If you have been in the Nigeria internet space for these past 2 days, there has been a trending issue about EFCC personnel who was shot dead in Anambra State. A medical doctor who was thinking that the EFCC guy, maybe they were armed robbers or kidnappers, he now pulled the trigger and he shot one dead, others got injured. Now, there are lines of thought about what transpired. By the way, EFCC said this medical doctor is an alleged Yahoo man. When I mean Yahoo man, a fraudster. But that has not been established. There is no enough evidence as at the time of reporting this video, because I wanted to report about this yesterday, but I was trying to find out the identity of this medical doctor. What is the evidence against this medical doctor? I was asking questions. Am I sure that EFCC did not miss roads? Maybe they were going to track another person, they mistakenly entered another person's house. A lot of thoughts were running through my mind, because I don't just want to jump into conclusion because someone is already dead. And as you know me, I hate when people die. I hate when people are being killed. That is why I have passion to be talking about insecurity issues and so on and so forth. So I don't like when people lose their life. It doesn't make sense at all. But first of all, let us look into the popular opinion about what transpired, because we are going to follow this video step by step to unfold what could be the recourse. Don't forget that the case is already in the court. So no matter what we say, what court we declare will be the final thing. Now, let us look into the public opinion. What are people saying about this? Stay with me. Now, this one is from Victor. He's saying that in today's Nigeria, you cannot trust anything or anyone coming to your house in that kind of night. Okay? Now, this one is from Chima. It says, when you invade someone's house at night, like an armed robber, don't expect to get a one handshake. EFCC will learn the hard way. Okay? This one is from Savior. He's saying that it was an illegal raid and should be treated as unfortunate. Lawrence is saying, very simple case. The doctor has no case to answer. It is called self-defense. Well, this one from Neka says, self-defense is the right of all humans and cannot be taken away. Okay, oh. This one is from Toy Nife, something that it says, with insecurity in the country called Nigeria, you can't go to people's house in the middle of the night. Only armed robbers operate like that too. This one from Neka Indonesia, something that it says, where Ananda is Dr. Sam, kudos. So these people were reacting to Dr. Sam, who was a guest at Arise News. So we are going to go into that analysis as time goes on. Stay with me. This one is from Agbo Nakipendus. He's saying, very well put, doctor. Okay, saying listening to you is always a delight. All right, this one is from Ezokondi, saying, I can listen to this analysis 10 times. Stay with me. You've got to listen to the same analysis. At the end, we'll come to our own personal conclusion according to our opinion, okay? Just stay with me. This one is from Johnson. Johnson is saying, invading someone's house at night, what will you call that? Lawless land, Fulani structured country, Nigeria. Anyway, first of all, there are some questions I want to ask. There are some questions, very vital questions I want to ask you now. Now, number one question is, yes, the doctor who shot the EFCC, is he a Yahoo boy or a Yahoo man? Is he a fraudster? From our best of knowledge, we are not the court. The case is already at court, so we are just saying our opinion. From the best of our knowledge, the call we put in yesterday, the doctor is not a fraudster. That is number one thing. Now, why the raid at night? Is there any law restraining EFCC not to raid at night? The answer is typical yes. There is a law, a court order, stopping EFCC not to invade people's house at night. Then another question is, how do we know if they were EFCC personnel when they invaded this man's house? Are they wearing EFCC shirt? Do they knock or sound an alarm outside with microphone that EFCC is here, you have to surrender your house? Do they really knock, or they were destroying the door that made the man to pull the trigger? There are a lot of questions that are yet to be answered. EFCC is not happy because of the way people are reacting to it. I condemn killing of any human being. But don't forget that if this man was shot dead, tomorrow morning, it is the same government that will say that the unknown gunmen or Biafra agitators or these people that have killed another medical doctor. Nobody will say that it is EFCC. Okay? Now, another question I'm asking, and that is the last question. Did EFCC declare this person wanted or invite this person that this person did not answer? And that is where EFCC will nail themselves. From the best of our report, and we might not be perfect about this report because it was only yesterday we were able to put some calls now. EFCC did not invite this person. So, if EFCC had invited this person, maybe this person could have been having thought, oh, EFCC invited me, maybe they are the one coming to my house, they are the one destroying my door. Let me surrender. No invitation, according to the best of our knowledge, no invitation was given to this man. This man was not a suspect. Let me tell you the honest truth. If anybody, maybe at night, you come to my house and you did not tell me you are coming to my house, and you knock, you did not wait for me to respond. Maybe you just knock. And as you are knocking, you are putting, how would I put it now? You are just trying to destroy my door. The next thing I'm going to do is the same thing this medical doctor did. I'm going to pull the trigger. No excuse. If you come my house at night, you are using force to pull my door. I don't have invitation. If police want to invite me, I will never resist arrest. Because I'm not afraid. As you see me, I'm not afraid of anybody. Because my hands are clean. So if police want to arrest me, I will be the first person to go to their office. Yes. If EFCC, anybody, DSS want me, no need to start waiting for me anywhere or invite me. I am going to come. I'm not afraid because their conscience fear no accusation. A lot of people have been arrested 29 times and they have not been found guilty. So arrest is not that you are guilty. So invite people, not go in their house, raid their house, destroy their property is uncalled for. But I condemn that someone is dead. But who knows if it is just mere self-defense. Now, Dr. Sam Amadi was Arise News, and his opinion is now trending on the internet because people love the way he analyzed what really transpired. Let's take a listen.
What are your initial reactions to this type of issue? I mean, and again, there are also questions about the how operations like these are planned, are executed. I would like to get your reactions to this.
Well, I think first is condolences and kind of to EFCC, and of course this officer died in national service, in that sense. So it's regrettable and sad that a public official, whether it's EFCC or Nigerian police or any other government institution, agency, would meet his or her death in this form. So this is regrettable and sad. Again, it gets back into the idea, the question around civil police, civil EFCC relationship. We've seen a lot of lack of public trust in the EFCC and the security institutions because of perception of maybe the mode of operation or how they execute what they're doing. So the story, an EFCC prepared statement shows perhaps this is a case of an operation, and then the allegation is that the alleged killer kind of, maybe resisted or saw them or in self-defense or howsoever, fired them. But if you look at EFCC story released, the idea, again, is some kind of supposition that somebody who involved in coding has a computer, a laptop, probably is in money laundering, it's Yahoo. Now, this is what we need to unpack. I've been in circumstances, I travel a lot, and so that I use 3 or 4 laptops. I can stay by the hotel, poolside, writing speeches or article or book. And I just kind of think, assuming there's a storming, maybe a tip-off, some persons who probably are allegedly Yahoo boys in that neighborhood or in the hotel where I'm sojourning for a brief moment. And then you see me by the pool with maybe 2 or 3 laptops or 2 laptops or iPad and phone calls. And then you could brand me a Yahoo boy. So there's this problem of profiling. And that's what you see with all kinds of unfair policy, whether it's the US, where a black man, maybe dressed down or putting a headphone, could be kind of profiled as a criminal and then dealt with beyond, below due process. So the first thing is the idea of mission adrift. What is EFCC really focusing on? Now, look at it. There are certain mode of attack that suggests terrorism. Okay, so if there was a terrorist in this place and the Nigerian equivalent of SEAL or the military or the police or the storm this place or the DSS, the way they storm the place, the mode is because there's a terrorist. So if police is coming to arrest somebody who is alleged to have defamed somebody, the mode is different. So the first problem is that what is EFCC dealing with? Is it ritual, ritual killing, kidnappers? In which case they fall out of financial and economic crimes. The police takes over. Are they dealing with financial crime? And then how do you deal with? That's number one. Number two is EFCC has a standing order against night raid and operations, which arose from instances like this. So the question people are wondering is, yes, we want to make sure that all officers are protected. This is damnable act if it's proven. But again, in the context of insecurity in this country, Anambra, for example,
because that's where because that's my next question. Because how should EFCC, rethink its approach to combating financial crime, especially within a region that is grappling with insecurity
and with a deficit of public trust in institutions.
Exactly. But again, on the other hand, we also hear, I saw one article online that the young man is a medical doctor that was trying to perhaps act in self-defense, and in the process, he has a license to that kind of gun. So the question is, how critical is interagency coordination to prevent such tragic misunderstanding? Because what people are saying is that the EFCC should not have acted alone. Perhaps should have gone there with police or maybe arrest of warrant.
Absolutely. So the first question people have is, look, if you're going to go by night, where's the warrant of arrest, warrant of search? Maybe go with a police contingent. And again, we see in other developed countries. I mean, assuming that it's really EFCC must go on a strange operation that night. The police, you can call with real, support. And then sometimes they announce, sometimes these microphones, they say, okay, we are here, come out, hands up, surrender. And basically, you have to balance the fact that, look, people at home, families at home, people are afraid. And the stories around EFCC, for example, dispossessing persons, we've seen video trending of people maybe slamming doors and beating up people. And these days of insecurity, you don't know who is who. So I think that the prudence should mean that some of these operations need to be, you have to rethink the modern operations. Number two is that EFCC also has a crisis now of corruption and partisanship. The DG, the new Executive Secretary has been dealing with that. So people don't even know. They don't trust the operatives themselves. Corrupt, they can plan things, they can... Partisanship, the question is, okay, fine, and again, lack of professionalism. Some people say, okay, why is it that the way they operate in, let's say, Southeast, maybe in Edo, is different from the way they operate in other places? And people also ask a quick question, how come we don't see these operations happen with politically important people, former governors, Why is it that it's always happening, maybe hostels, with a sense of classism? Is there a mode to deal with poor people? Is there a mode to deal with certain people in certain geopolitical zones? I've been part of senior lawyers confessing about brutal, a treatment at the hand of EFCC operatives. So if say it's an advocate, he has a client, they treat you shabbily, then somebody places a call from Adamawa or from Borno to the same operative, and they quickly comply. So this is the idea that partisanship, corruption, lack of professionalism has now made it difficult to say that the EFCC doesn't represent what it should represent. And so I think that the first thing is that mission adrift. What's the EFCC supposed to do? Two, how should EFCC do what it's supposed to do? Now, if EFCC is now omnibus, fighting, ritual, kidnapping, all that, then they have to change their formation, the level of arms, the level of protection, because they're now more like SEAL. They're no longer like, police, financial crime intelligence, investigate, prosecute fairly. So I think that's the problem we're having here. And again, the question back then is what the EFCC has to be dealing with now is rebuilding public trust, so that not just people feel that EFCC is partisan, is brutal. There's so many people are reporting, okay, look, these are the guys who stormed my house in the night. And we have to also, we are now in a security era, corruption. We have to balance between fighting crimes and not perpetrating crime. It's unfortunate that we are dealing with somebody who ought to be alive today. But the question is, of course, due process, criminal prosecution, the judicial system will sort out the facts. But the policy side of it is that maybe we need to redesign both the mission, the how, and the procedure for EFCC getting involved. You know, the night operations has been banned by law, but they're still going on. How do you ensure that even if you are pursuing criminals, you do not endanger the life of neighborhoods?
Indeed, we hope to see a new leaf or a new approach from the EFCC. Thank you so much, Dr. Sam Amadi, for coming on News 9. Dr. Sam Amadi is the director of Abuja School of Social and Political Thought.